Welcome, season 2, week 11. That's not a game. Didn't get a post updated last week. I did an advisory council roundtable last week that I'm trying to upload again. It was too big. Hotel internet at down in Florida wouldn't allow me to upload it. My apologies for the fans. I don't know what to tell you. It's I'm breaking it up and uploading it probably in a couple parts later today. But what a difference a couple weeks make. Advisor Council did a nice job breaking things down. They were mostly wrong. But big news. Big news. You've seen a few times Israel and Andre basically talk about how their teams are always teams. I believe Israel said back to about, I don't remember what it was, 1920 maybe. Ohio State's been a team. And Andre says Nebraska has been a team. I really probably since even before, but they solidified it with Tom Osborne in the national championships in the I guess we went to the '90s. I don't know what it is, like it was decades ago. But they make the case that those teams are always teams. Well, how about this? There it is. IL is Israel Lang saying OSU not a team. Get his Saturdays back. Andre saying yep. Nebraska is not a team. So, like, my motivation for the blog is it's kind of gone because, in effect, I've convinced them. Their teams are not teams. Their games are not games, which was the fun of doing the blog. So, I'm down to just a couple of people that I have to convince, but I'm sure they would probably tell you that was momentary lapse in judgment. So, I'm gonna continue it just to see if it sticks. That's what I need to do. So let's talk. Let's talk about this week. So last night, this is Saturday morning. Last night, the West Coast cemented their irrelevance with Stanford beating Washington. So yeah, there's nothing in the West, no reason to watch West Coast football at all whatsoever. None. Like a few other games. You got Michigan State, Ohio State. Even Israel says Ohio State's not a team, and Michigan State is not a team, so this is certainly not a game. You got Oklahoma, Ohio State, and if you watch the advisory council video, Pete said they're trying to be a team. Iowa State's trying to be a team, but then they lost last week, so they're not a team. And Oklahoma just does Oklahoma State. They're not a team. That's not a game. It's not a game. You got Iowa, Wisconsin. That's close. Still don't know what we get in Wisconsin. I think people are slightly underestimating them. But Iowa, Wisconsin, no, that's not a game. You got Alabama, Mississippi State. No, Mississippi State's not a team. That's not a game. TCU, Oklahoma. No, neither of those teams does anything for me at all. TCU's overrated. Oklahoma is, I don't know, they're in the same camp as Ohio State as far as they're more boring than Ohio State, I would say. Yeah, I don't know, nothing. And they already beat Ohio State anyway, but they're just not a team. That's not a team. And as much as they're two high-ranked teams, I would not go out of my way to watch that game. No, not at all. So there's kind of two games under consideration this week. One, you got Georgia against Auburn. And Georgia is a team. My good friend Harden Byers, only guy left in the advisory council with a team. No, this isn't a game because Auburn's just too schizophrenic. Auburn has like an 8% chance of being a team by the time the season's all over. Because if they would happen to beat Georgia and then would happen to beat Alabama, then maybe they become a team. Either that or the SEC is just completely irrelevant and it's all been a house of cards, which I don't necessarily think is the case. But right now, Auburn's not a team. So Georgia-Auburn it'll be entertaining, but it will not be a game. Well, it'll be entertaining if Auburn shows up. If the right Auburn shows up, it'll be a good, entertaining game. If not, it's like, yeah. But either way, I don't know. It's not a game. In fact, what I'm doing today is I'm going over to watch the U.S. Olympic curling trials over in Omaha. Now, that's a game. That's a game. 5 of the best curling teams in the United States going mano-a-mano in a round-robin format 2 times. They play each team winner with opportunity to go to Seoul, South Korea for the Olympics in a couple months. No, those are games. Those are games. You get to go to the Olympics in Korea. Don't know if that's the best geopolitical place to have an Olympics, but they decided that a long time ago. So anyway, that's a game. I digress. Which brings us to the last game that could be a game in Week 11. And you'll notice again, all of the Florida teams, not even mentioned. Till this one, you got Miami and Notre Dame. I'm gonna call this a game, and I'm a bit in the Christmas mood. I have 1 week home, and then we are going to New Zealand and Australia basically until December 21st. We will be back, which means I get like a week to kind of have Christmas at home with the tree and those kind of things. So I won't even probably be thinking about Christmas till it's over. So I'm basically in a bit of an early giving mood. So I'm going to call the Notre Dame Miami game a game because my Notre Dame has kind of returned to relevance this year. It seems like if they can continue to play the way they have been, which is nice and solid. I like where Notre Dame and Georgia are playing right now. And Miami, I like Rick and I like the job he's doing, and would kind of like to see them return to relevance again, and there's history here, right? I mean, there's a lot of history here. Great ESPN, and what is it, 30 for 30 on the old Notre Dame Miami game. What was it? Catholics versus convicts controversy. Guy made a lot of money selling T-shirts and shouldn't have. It's pretty fascinating. 30 for 30. Anyway, Notre Dame Miami. It's a game. It's a game. Watch that game. There's a couple other entertaining ones, so you can make an afternoon of it if you're not close enough to Omaha to go to curling, or you don't have anything to do with your family, or you don't have any leaves to rake, or gutters to clean, or anything like that. So that's it. Week 11. You got a game and a couple other exciting ones should be there, but again, still overall kind of a down college football year. Hopefully something can materialize here the last few weeks, heading into the college football playoffs. There you go. This will be up along with the advisory council videos, I hope, by the end of the day. Got some work to do. I better run. See you. Bye.